Babe, did you see that there's casting calls?
For New York.
And New Jersey.
I know. Well, the New York, they did a casting call and then they put it on pause. They picked new girls apparently and younger, and they also put the original cast on pause. So, and I think the producers don't know what they're going to do. It was the last thing I read. Yeah, that they did cast, but they don't know how to move forward because, as we all know, they totally did a reboot on New York, and look how that's working.
Yeah, you can't reboot a reboot.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm saying before you get rid of the original that we all know and love and that we're all very close to, regardless of how toxic they may be, you know, getting rid of that for the fan and replacing it with all new cast.
You can't do that.
I don't think you can do that. Hello.
You ready?
Yes. I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm super duper ready. This is Rapaport's Reality.
Hello, I'm Kebe Rapaport.
My name is Michael Rapaport. This is Rapaport's Reality, the podcast where Kebe Rapaport and myself, Michael Rapaport, break down all things regarding popular culture, all things regarding reality TV, and some curated gems from our relationship.
Yeah, okay.
How's everybody feeling? Great time in reality TV, popular culture world.
It's epic. It's a beautiful time in reality TV. We have so many shows that are ending. We're not really talking about what's coming.
No.
But there is something looming. I sent it to you the other day. The Housewives of Atlanta trailer is out.
The Housewives of Atlanta trailer is out. There's a lot of new faces.
A lot of new faces.
Old faces. Portia's back.
The best.
I will say right now, publicly, that me in particular, will not be saying anything about Charles Oakley's wife.
That's right.
Charles Oakley is an NBA player whose wife or maybe ex-wife or let's just say wife is on the show. I know Charles Oakley. If you're not familiar with Charles Oakley as an NBA player or as a person, he is not the guy you want to piss off.
No.
And also, I consider him a friend. But
Yes.
he's also the guy you don't want to piss off.
Well, there was another housewife that you knew, the husband, the football player. Marcellus on
in Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills. And we didn't talk, we didn't talk badly about her.
She didn't warrant bad.
No.
She was cool.
Yeah, she was cool.
But even if Charles Oakley's wife has bad behavior, don't come to us for criticism.
No, that's not going to happen.
And I criticize pretty much anybody and everybody in all walks of life, but Charles Oakley's wife is not somebody. The point is you don't want an angry Charles Oakley in front of you ever.
You've defended him the last time he got publicly angry.
Charles Oakley, and also he's my guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, the trailer for Atlanta's coming out. As we discussed, we're very excited about Summer House, although very disappointed that Craig and Paige broke up off the show. This season's going to be like doing FBI.
Well, no, babe. After we watched the other day, they showed the clip for the next episode, and you saw Paige say to him, if this isn't the love that you want, basically, if it's not the kind of love you need, and then it cut. So we're going to see a little bit of the... We're going to see
a little bit, but it's going to be the remnants. It's going to be when she's on Watch What Happens Live. She's talking about it on her podcast. They just had Austin and they just had Shep on Watch What Happened. Like now everybody's like fishing for that.
Yeah.
And it kind of sucks that we don't get to see it in
real time.
Yeah. And now we'll be kind of doing Alfred Hitchcock, forensics to try to hear some clues.
But anyway, we still get to see Craig break up or have some bromance issues with Austin on the show, which is really beyond my understanding of how men could behave this way. Maybe you have some insight, do you, on why?
It. Well, I do understand it. And as these type of younger guys and these type of express your feelings guys, and I think the three of them as sort of dumb, quote unquote, I'm doing air quotes. I don't think they're dumb, but it's kind of like,
drinking buddies.
Yeah, we're drinking buddies. We're just, dudes. They also are very calculated and understand that it does make for good content on the show.
Right.
So that is, you could say like, oh, they're just these doofy guys. They have been doing the show. They are aware that it is good content and good storyline for the show. I understand it. I would, like, in hindsight, as a soon to be 50, I'm going to be 55, babe, next month.
March 20th.
I think for the first time this morning, I was like, oh shit, my birthday's coming up. And oh shit, I was like 55. That number is so fucked up.
I know. I'm there. I'm 55 before you.
It's a fucked up number.
I know. You'll ease into it. It'll be okay. Everything's still working. You're good. You look good.
55 is a shit number.
I know. Well, no, it's a double nickels. It's close to 60.
Holy
you're halfway.
shit.
You're halfway there.
And it's speeding up.
I know.
Everything's going fast, except for my body. That's so.
I know.
Everything's moving fast except for my feet and legs.
Yes.
They're not moving fast.
Did you walk slow on your walk this morning?
I got it moving.
Okay, good.
I did a beautiful walk. It was nice out. In Central Park, it was nice. It wasn't windy. It's a little windy around the reservoir, but you just have to take the outer way.
Path, yeah, that's a path. There's two paths.
Outer path,
right? Yeah.
Because when it's windy, it's not fun. But then I got back on the second half of it. It was dope, and I was moving. I did get a little sweat.
Good.
And
you got to keep that up, babe. You got to keep that up.
But it was beautiful out. It was really, really a beautiful winter day. It feels like it's spring-ish. Anyway, I understand as a 55-year-old man, soon to be 54. Let's just embrace. I'm going to hang on.
Stay there.
Stay there for as long as I can. I understand how it could happen. I've been through relationships with friends where you kind of have these growing pains and these points where the relationship, if you're not careful, and I think they're doing a good thing by talking about it.
Yeah, that's what I love about it, that men have those sort of feelings and neediness towards each other. And, well, I don't want to interrupt you, but I understand.
But for me, it's usually like, fuck you.
Yeah.
And that's what it turns into. But I feel like if you treat it like a relationship, like a real brotherhood, and you treat it like a friend as opposed to like, it's a guy, and you treat it like somebody you care about, you can salvage it because they do grow. You do go through ebbs and flows, and in relationships historically with women and, dudes, like I have been known to go full man on fire, and I don't just blow up the building, I blow up the whole block.
Yeah, same. I do the same.
When it goes down,
bye.
The whole fucking block's getting blown up.
Yeah.
Whatever. So I see and I like that they're doing it. Craig, is it Craig or Greg?
Craig.
Yeah, because I have a problem
with C's and
differentiating Greg and CRAIG.
This is something new to me. What the hell?
Do you know that?
No, I don't know that. I know you're colorblind, but this is something brand new.
Just those names.
Craig and Greg?
Yes.
Okay. Well, they're very different.
To me, they're the exact same.
I didn't know this about you.
Yes.
It's kind of fucking scaring me.
So
actually.
How do you say his name?
I don't know if I can look at you the same
Craig?
anymore. His name is
Greg?
Craig.
Greg?
Craig.
Craig?
Yeah.
Craig.
And the other was Greg.
Got
there
it.
You go. Yeah,
Got it.
There you go. Wow, this is weird.
No, it's because I have a friend. I have a friend named Craig with Greg.
Yeah, you mentioned me last night, Craig.
And I used to call him Craig.
You have another friend, Greg.
I don't know who you're talking about. The point is that I'm glad they're talking about it. And Craig is going through, growth changing. He's building his business. And he said, my whole life is work. And I get it. And you get to a point where it's like, I'm not going to fuck around. And then, of course, Shep and Austin are like, but what about the gym? What about the drinking? And he's like, we do all that.
Right.
And we film it and we do podcasts. So I think that their relationship will be changed. Although I did see Austin on Watch What Happens Live. I don't know how it turns out, but they've had a little shift, but it's fine.
Permanent, like it's permanent. Because I was thinking while we were watching them have this conversation when poor Austin was ambushed by Craig showing up with Shep.
Yes,
when he thought they were going to have
scene.
it was a great scene, and it was really kind of actually heartwarming because Austin, I don't know if it's the look, just his facial expressions, he really looks affected by things, and I think he really is.
100%.
He's lost a sibling that passed away. Like I think separation for him is difficult, and then you see him meet. My favorite girl, what's her name? The Southern Belle.
The blonde.
What's her name? Why am I not knowing
Taylor?
her name? No, that Taylor is the other blonde.
Poopsie? What's her name?
Oh my gosh, I love her so much. What's her name?
We'll come back to
it. And when he's meeting, they broke up and they're still friends and they're meeting. So I think he has abandonment issues.
Yes.
And what's nice to see is him that Shep's on his side because I think Shep has abandonment issues. We see him really having trouble over this girl.
Miss Bahamas.
Who
turns out to be like
Shady Grady.
She's a sycophant.
Yeah.
She's a beautiful Bohemian sycophant.
Yeah, she's on Raya, the dating app Raya, and which is for wealthier people. I think you
That's
have
fine that she's on Raya, but the fact that she's a big
But
fan.
I think she picked Raya so that she could meet men of means and maybe hopefully famous men. Because Whitney, she hit up Whitney before that. Anyway, I digress. I feel like I couldn't help but wonder, now that we know that Craig is broken up with Paige, I wonder if the friendship would have gone back to a little bit more. I mean, sometimes you get a relationship, you're prioritizing the future, you want kids, you don't have the same amount of time, you're driven, you're focused, and also a lot of your time is taken up by your mate. And I'm wondering if the breakup, there will be a little bit of time, or was a little bit of time where they hung out like old times.
We'll see. We'll see. Because I feel like Paige, I don't know where she's from. I am very curious as to where Paige is from in New York, if she's actually from New York City. She seems like she might be like, oh, those two doofuses.
Sure.
You can't judge that they're doofuses or not. It's
no, you had doofus friends that I never said anything about.
Those are his homies.
Yes,
those are like
homies.
You're not going to be able to redo those kinds of friendships. Somebody like your ride or dies that you grew up with, that knew you before this, even though the people might not be great, they might be flawed, they might be a little less.
She's got to stay out of it.
You can't duplicate those friendships. They're once in a lifetime, especially when they're at the age that these guys are at, which I think is mid-30s, heading into their 40s, ish, or late 30s, or I don't know. Potomac has been great. I want to red flag. I want to publicly red flag.
Oh, what?
TJ. This guy TJ.
Oh, TJ.
Who goes out with Stacy. They're dating. This guy seems like a loose cannon.
Oh, he should be on the TV show Snapped. I think that he's better suited for that show because he actually scares me. And the fact she seems like a semi-bright woman, that she can't see his behavior is way, way off.
Way off.
Especially for somebody who's not giving you no D. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not 100%. Even sleeping together. Like, what's up, man? Back up.
TJ seems like he wants to come across as all smiles, but I think he's like a smiling clown. Behind that smile,
you're like Chucky with a knife.
He seems angry.
Yes.
He seems extremely insecure.
Yeah.
And we were watching Watch What Happens Live, and the Green-Eyed Bandits. It was great to see them back together.
Yeah, that was a great episode.
They both seem light.
Yes.
They're both funny together.
They were both giving like the black Farrah Fawcett's to me. They were like, both of their blonde hair. They were beautiful.
And Giselle said on Watch What Happens Live, she said, he screams at her when the cameras aren't up.
Yes.
And she looked the best, in my opinion. She looked all season in the final episode for the doggy walk, the doggy adoption thing.
Strut.
She had her hair curled.
She had a shorter, I believe, wig on that was like a bob cut that was sort of blonder at the end.
With the curls.
With curl. It was lovely look for her. And we still didn't see her ears because Giselle mentioned on the show that, she always wears her hair straight and we're not sure what her ears look like, which I thought was hilarious.
Yes.
But yeah, she looked the best ever. And when he first saw her, he looked at her
he was like new hair.
New hair.
And she was like, do you like it? And he goes, if you like it, I like it.
That is the worst thing you say to a woman.
That's the worst thing you say to anybody, particularly a woman. But like sometimes people are like, yo, you don't like my suit? Yo, if you like it, I like it. Yo,
what does that mean?
It means that I don't like it. But if you're happy, I'm happy.
And you know what's creepier? Let's take it a step forward. The reason why he didn't like it is because he hadn't seen her for a few days. So he wasn't aware of the change. He actually pulled her aside and said, like, I don't know what's happening here. You have new hair. Like, he needs to be in control. But again, I will say again, brother, if we're not sleeping together, stay out my business. Like, he's all on her, but doesn't really want to be all on her. It's very weird to me. The guy strikes me as perhaps a grifter who wants to get on a TV show. It was giving a little bit of that.
You better hope that's the least of it.
Right.
No bullshit. That guy gives me a weird fucking vibe.
Me too.
Grifting and trying to get on a TV show is hopefully the least of it. Because as you notice at the end when they did her little wrap-up little thing on the Cry On the TV, they didn't mention him. And
Good. I hope. Bye-bye, TJ. I hope. Because she, on this episode, had a friend come. We haven't seen AJ.
Her homeboy from Chicago who was
They
gay.
grew up together, gay.
AJ, shout out to AJ.
He should be on the show.
He's great.
Hilarious. Yes. We loved him. And he literally let us all know that's not the guy for you and said to her, she was like looking at him, why? They've known each other so long. AJ knows Stacey and knows that's not the move.
And even if it's not the guy for you, I don't think that's the guy for that guy. I'm telling you, there's something off about that guy.
Yeah, I agree.
That I don't feel comfortable with.
You pegged it. I think he's highly, highly insecure.
Highly insecure, but also he just seems really passive aggressive. And like at both of the group settings, when he had opportunity to mingle and, they got food and there's a bar and there's the other castmates and he's sitting there like, yo, you leaving me by myself? Like,
I'll just be right here then. Like, what? You're a grown-ass man. Like,
go say hello to
By the way, he's partly hosting it. He should be mingling with everybody, but he's worried about what she's doing.
Go say hello to the Black Bill Gates. He's right there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, go say hello to one of the other guys. Like, hang out. Go say hello to the one other. You can't, cohabitate. You don't know how to mingle. You got to be like 40-something years old. Mingle with some people.
Yeah, he seems a little unstable.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah.
But Potomac ended.
Yes.
And I don't know if I think we said it on the last episode. It doesn't matter. Each episode is more fantastic than the next. Grande Dame is either taking a self-sabbatical or they told her I think they probably said, let's give you a break.
Yeah, I hope so.
And we're going to give you an opportunity to announce the break on your own because everybody's rooting for Grande Dame. And if she has drinking issues, which allegedly, because again, to reference Watch What Happens Live with Giselle and Robin Dixon, who again has been on Traitors, which, babe, I don't mean to kick a fucking fantastic horse, but Traitors has been
the best. It's true. Are we going there? Or are we going to finish? Okay. Yeah. Because I wanted to, Robin said that after the video footage of Karen getting arrested came out, they both agreed, Giselle and Karen, that it was reminiscent to phone calls they received at 10 a.m., 2 a.m., anytime from Grande Dame, which is really sad. I really hope she's taking a self-sabbatical because we all love a comeback story. And if she's a smart, astute businesswoman, like I know she is, she'll find her way back.
I think she'll find her way back.
And tell us what the real deal is.
Yeah, I mean, I think she obviously has, not obviously, she has a drinking situation. And we wish her nothing but the best. We wish Grande Dame, Karen Huger, and the Black Bill Gates nothing but the best. Do you want to pivot into...
I just want to say one other thing. I think it should be said out loud that she got her name, Grande Dame, from Giselle.
Was it Giselle or Andy?
Giselle said it in the package of their Sizzler reel before they got picked up. That should be said. Because when she got arrested, she did say that Andy gave her that name.
Yo, she was talking that shit.
Let's just give credit where credit is due.
She was talking that shit in her arrest video. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Anyway, Traitors season 3. Babe, I don't know if there's any show or game or anything that we watch and we're literally like salivating.
Yes,
at the end.
we really love. What is it about the show that you really like? Like, I'm trying to figure it out for myself. What do you think it is for you?
That's a good question. I think for me, it's obviously number one, it's fun. Number two, it's literally totally unpredictable. It is a game show. It is a game show and it is playing out in real time. And I think because of the characters that we know, but it's not even the characters that we know. I think you're really seeing real people try to
deceive.
Yeah, to deceive, but not to deceive and not come off too deceiving. And I can't help but put myself in the show and imagine the long hours, because what we see in an hour-long episode, there's there's so much footage.
Yeah.
And how do you keep it on? How do you not keep it on? And I will say this. I will say one thing. I did an episode of, I think it might have been Deal or No Deal.
Deal or No Deal?
Remember that show, Deal or No Deal?
Where you're sitting at the table with the person and the other. Yeah. No, that was the pyramid show.
One of those shows.
Yeah.
This is a long time ago.
It wasn't Deal or No Deal. It was, I was with you.
No, this is before, babe. So before the
Was it Michael Strahan hosted?
No, that was
the $100,000 pyramid.
Yeah, this is, remember Deal or No? There was NBC.
Oh, the Meghan Markle with the suitcase, all the women with the suitcase that open the phone a friend in the middle. We stand in the middle and the person has to answer the question, and if they don't get it right, they have a chance to phone a friend.
Maybe one of them shows, and there was a person on the show that people didn't like in real life.
Oh,
he just was kind of. I'm not going to say who it is because I like the person.
Okay,
but they kind of were like, get rid of this fucking guy. Like, just no. and he didn't necessarily need to be gotten rid of.
The producers asked you to do this?
No, he was just a fucking prick. Not a.
Who wanted to get rid of the guy?
Maybe I had something to do with it. Maybe a couple of us were like, fuck him, get rid of him.
Right.
Anyway, I just like the show. I think it's fun. I think it's unpredictable. I think that fucking Boston Rob is dope.
Great.
I love how Dolores going at Tom Sandoval. I love seeing Tom Sandoval in the wild. I love that Robin Dixon said, what did she say? When she was like, he said, what do you think of Tom Sandoval on the show? And she said, she didn't say clueless. She said he's kind of
out of touch. Yes. Which I highly agree. It's the nicest thing you could say about Tom.
But if you're not judging him based on Vanderpump Rules, that's a perfect way to put it.
Right, which she said she didn't watch Vanderpump, so she could just say,
he's out of touch.
She knows he's out of touch.
Yeah, and I think that's a great way to...
Perfect.
Because it's like, who are you, man? What the... You're not in the Red Hot Chili Peppers, but you look like the guy from the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
We love Tom Sandoval.
He shows up to breakfast in a kilt because he's in Scotland.
Yeah, he dresses the part.
Yes. A fascinating guy.
But he's made it. He's done better. See, my point about Tom Sandoval and my reference to Deal or No Deal, if that was the show, is that I would have thought he would have fucked himself but he's playing it smarter than I predicted he would play it. His personality.
I don't think he knows what he's playing. I think he's just kind of lucky. He has no clue.
Every time he says, my instinct is,
yes.
But then I'm like, maybe this fucking guy is devious, but I don't think that's the case.
No, he doesn't know what's happening.
But that's what I'm saying. Like the amount of hours that they film, like who's playing the game 24/7? When do you let your guard down? And how does it work? Because
that's interesting. Now, when you say that out loud, you're like, we're watching it as just sheer entertainment, but they do have to play it up all the time. But maybe they're just shooting when they're shooting, and they keep them separate from themselves. They don't actually sleep in the castle.
I heard they keep them really separate. What's my man's name from Summer House who used to have the mullet? With the blonde hair, used to have the mullet, the blonde-headed guy.
Amanda's husband.
Husband.
Yeah.
Because he was on the show, and he said that part of it was real. Like, he goes, they separate us.
Oh, so they don't go, when they go upstairs to go to sleep, they leave.
And he goes, we're quarantined. And he goes, when you come in the morning.
You're just playing the game.
Like, you don't see who left.
Right.
And the hotel, like
they have to do it that way. Otherwise, if they had spent too much time together, it would never work.
It would fuck it up. And I think that they really sustain that sort of like, what's going to happen, who's got kicked off and all that stuff. So I think it's
mind-bending. I really do, because there is some kind of skill to it that no one yet really knows. Because I keep thinking about, I would do horrible on that show.
But then you sometimes say you would do great.
No, I do. Like, I think that I would play it like sort of Dolores is playing it so far, or Phaedra, where I would stay pretty anonymous but friendly. I think that you cannot get too emotional. Facial expressions have to be in check. You have to be likable but not available.
Yeah.
And I think those ladies are really good at that, and they're strong. So you have to be very strong. There's a lot to it. And that's what I like, the sociological element to it of relating with each other in life, because lying into someone's face, even for a game, to me is just...
I know you're terrible at it.
It's horrible. I wouldn't be able to do it.
I wouldn't be good at the lying. I'd be comfortable with the lying right in their fucking face. Like, yo, man, it's not me. All right. I am a traitor. I'm not a traitor. The thing that outside of that I suck at is I am not good at manipulating. Like, I'm not good at planting a seed for
that you would never be able. Exactly. You're horrible at that.
But I could tell the motherfucker, yo, I ain't a fucking traitor, man. And this motherfucker, I could do that good.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
But the fucking manipulating shit, I am not good at that.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm trying to figure out, who's doing that. Because that's something I'm not good at manipulating, and I'm super good at being manipulated.
Well, the one lady, Danielle, is doing that. I mean, she cries when somebody doesn't come in from breakfast. It's ridiculous to me. I don't know. I also, going back to Robin on Watch What Happens Live, she did say that lady was the most annoying one in the cast.
Yes.
Danielle, the traitor. I think that it's very interesting. I was trying to look up and see what the world of Reddit people are really saying about the show, which is fascinating.
What do
people
they say?
are really into it. Just everybody breaks down the episodes. One thing I think is really interesting is that the three traitors are the messiest out of the season's American show thus far. Going after each other immediately is usually not a tactic for the show. And I think that it's interesting that this Danielle, who I believe came from Survivors,
yes,
and was on it with not Carolyn, the other blonde,
yes,
they had a problem on that show. So I think she came into it going, I am going to do everything necessary to win, which is so what I read that I thought was funny. I pointed out to you, so un-Phaedra, how she's behaving.
Right.
I have a feeling, I mean, we have an episode coming up this week.
Sucks that it's on Thursday, though.
But I don't know. I think she could go down. I don't know. I could be wrong. I kind of would like to see her go down.
Danielle?
Her going after Caroline, and that it just seems so. There's no allegiance between the traitors, which they're the traitors. There's few of them. Like, just as faithful stick together, I think traitors have to stay together until a certain point. You know, in the show. So anyway, I love the show.
Damn,
I love
good.
that you love the show. It's so much fun. I told my mom to watch it. She was like, I tried to watch it, couldn't get into it. I thought that was so strange.
We have the great luxury of both of us loving and watching the show.
Right.
And getting to discuss it.
Right. I told her, watch it. We could call me and talk about it.
Yes. But there's something different about, like, with all our reality shows, like, it is such a part of our relationship, it's so much a part of our love language to sit down.
Totally.
Like, should we watch it now? No, let's wait. No, let me go to the bathroom before. No, let's have a snack. Let's not have a snack. Let's set the...
Put your phone down. Watch.
Turn the lights on. Turn the lights off. That makes it a lot funner. And then especially for these game shows and for all the shows, we get to discuss them. Like, oh, he's an asshole.
Yes.
Or she's a bitch. Or she's stupid. He's not stupid.
Yeah.
That's a luxury.
Yes.
So I can understand how somebody, if you're not in the frame of mind to appreciate it, isn't appreciating it. I will say, full transparency, babe, that I reached out because the other surprise show is we love that fucking Special Forces. I DM'd Cam Newton.
You did?
And I asked Cam Newton, I said, yo, Cam Newton, who is a former NFL MVP and who is kicking ass, as he should on Special Forces.
Yeah.
He's fucking 6'6", 260.
Right.
Wait,
what'd he say?
I said, yo, will you come on? I said, we love the show. Me and my wife love the show. And I asked him, I said, yo, has any football practice ever been as hard as the stuff that you had to do on Special Forces? And he said, ha, ha, ha. He laughed. He said, yeah, it's no joke. I underestimated it. And I said, can you please come on the podcast? No football. All we want to talk about is Special Forces. And he said, are you going to be in New Orleans for Super Bowl week? And I said, no. And then he said, where do you shoot the podcast? I said, I shoot in New York. I said, we don't have to do it face-to-face. We could just do like 15 minutes on Zoom because I want to make it happen because that show is fascinating.
Fascinating. So it's not he wasn't expecting how difficult. That's crazy from a football player.
Yeah. It's crazy from a football player.
Well, you can see on the show that it's crazy for both the football players, Golden and him. Like they're struggling because that's also a mind game too. It's just it's mental. There's mental games to it.
Totally.
Yeah.
And you're out of your comfort zone. For those guys like Golden Tate and Cam Newton, their football somehow, some way came easy to them.
Right.
Not that they didn't put work in it, but like they are touched by God.
Yeah.
And the work and all that stuff. But it's like for them, they didn't have to figure it out.
Right.
Football is something that came organically.
Yeah.
Getting your head dunked in water.
It's different. Also, if you're a marathon runner, doesn't mean that you could join the Special Forces. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
if you're a marathon or if you're a sprinter, doesn't mean you could play a wide receiver in the NFL.
Right,
They're all different skill sets.
Exactly.
And, be sleeping on a cot and all those things, none of that, especially for the football players, because these guys are fucking spoiled babies.
Pampered, right.
So anyway, I would love to have him on the podcast because we really, damn it, that show is really fucking good. And there's so many different shows right now. We got Salt Lake City that's in Reunion Part 2. We got New York reunion, which has been, I mean, just
it's difficult to watch.
Babe, did you see that there's casting calls
for New York
and New Jersey?
I know. Well, the New York, they did a casting call and then they put it on pause. They picked new girls apparently and younger, and they also put the original cast on pause. So, and I think the producers don't know what they're going to do. It was the last thing I read. Yeah, that they did cast, but they don't know how to move forward because, as we all know, they totally did a reboot on New York, and look how that's working.
Yeah, you can't reboot a reboot.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm saying before you get rid of the original that we all know and love and that we're all very close to, regardless of how toxic they may be, you know, getting rid of that for the fan and replacing it with all new cast.
You can't do that.
I don't think you can do that.
I don't know what the hell they're going to do. I don't know what they're going to do because, yes, the reunion and yes, Puerto Rico was great. But unlike us, there are some people that jump ship. There are some people that are like, I'm out.
Done. Yeah.
You know, take your apple and shove it.
Yeah. I you know what?
We were close.
Listen, when did we change back, though?
Puerto Rico.
Yeah, Puerto Rico. But then we also got really skeeved out by it. Like, it's like, is that what, I mean, that kind of wild accusation and then retraction
we
and then
go
ignoring,
down the dial.
I mean, Gone Girl. I told you, like, I'm not with it. Like, it's got to be
controlled chaos.
Yes, that's right. Above board. We got to be all have our wits about us.
I don't like it to get too dirty or too grimy. I don't like to go down the, you know, the wig snatching, the love and hip hop. And this is the same kind of toxic, but different.
Well, we'll see on the next reunion. There's one more. We've seen two, or just one?
I think
it's just one.
One so far.
Tomorrow night. But I think that we'll see. The reunion previews don't look like things get better. It's crazy.
They're not getting better. And to pivot finally, and I don't mean to throw this at you publicly. I don't mean to throw this at you in a public forum like the Rapaport'S reality. I want to talk about some expectations. I want to talk about
I know where this is going.
Some sort of
you want to talk about 7-layer dip.
That's what I want to talk to you about. I want to talk about expectations for Super Bowl Sunday, which is coming up.
I think that you'll be flying in. You won't. I don't know what time you'll be home. I think you're traveling, and then you come in the day of. So, like, I don't know what you're expecting because you're not even going to be here. You'll probably get home probably just in time for the kickoff.
Yes.
So
I'll be hungry.
You'll be hungry.
And it's not even I'll be hungry. I probably won't be hungry because after I fly.
It's like whenever we just do the Super Bowl alone, I feel like it's always so gross. Before it even starts, we've eaten so many chips and shit that's just like disgusting. Like,
and because I'm flying in, we could really zero in on just one or two things to celebrate the Super Bowl. Yeah. It's going to be, first of all, it's going to be a great game. If you guys don't watch football, I don't need to tell you why you should watch the Super Bowl because it's the Super Bowl. We got the commercials. We have all that stuff. We have Taylor Swift. But the game itself it's
going to be a good game.
Unless there's an injury, which I hope there's not, an injury early in the game. These are two good teams. There's going to be a lot of scoring. There's a lot of stars. So the game itself is going to be good. I'm excited about Kendrick Lamar. I'm excited about all the commercials. I'm excited.
I wonder what friends Taylor's going to bring to the game.
That's what I'm talking. And Blake Lively. Holy shit.
Oh, boy. Yeah. Like, we're not even going to go there. The whole world has taken a deep dive on the Blake Lively.
It's on CNN and Fox News.
It was on CNN, on Fox. They had, I mean,
it's on NBC.
It's news, which is so weird, which led me to go down a rabbit hole. And then once I went down the rabbit hole, I regretted it. I was like, this is absolutely ridiculous and unprecedented that something of this nature would be so public. I mean,
who are these people also?
By the way, I didn't even know who Justin Baldoni was 2 weeks ago. I didn't know who he was. Now I have an idea who he is. I'm probably going to be Team Justin at the end of this. It feels like it after taking a deep dive. It's pretty scary. The accusations when there's all kinds of receipts of it being not true. I mean, many receipts. It's fascinating that they let it get this far. And it's not even a publicity stunt to make it came out a long time ago, and it's on Netflix, so it doesn't affect.
And I feel like in some way I want to watch the movie because, no disrespect at all, what I don't like, and I said this to you yesterday, is like this doesn't reflect good on Hollywood. You know all the stereotypes. Every time I do press, I'm doing press for my shows. If there's anybody listening, I'll be in San Diego this weekend, the 6th, 7th, and 8th. Yes, I talk about reality TV, the 6th, 7th, and 8th in San Diego. And then, yes, I will be in Philadelphia February 14th.
Hold on. You're just using our podcast to self-promote?
Yes, February 14th at the Fillmore. But when I do press, especially radio press, like local radio or local news, one of the questions that always comes up is they'll be like, who did you work with that you loved?
Right.
And tell me who the biggest asshole is.
I know. That's always a question, huh?
People are fascinated with that. And I always say, like, yo, I can't name one. I can name a couple of people I've had bad afternoons.
Yeah, but you've had bad afternoons.
Yeah, I've had bad mornings.
Right.
But I've never seen or been a part of somebody just being a fucking dick day after day after day.
I think you're lucky that you haven't seen that, because I think it probably exists hardcore.
Every day?
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a state of mind if you think you're superior. Which, if you're an actor, no offense, you're kind of a narcissist, so the likeliness of that happening could be a big probability.
This perpetuates these stereotypes.
Yes, it does. I agree.
Craziness and super duper narcissism in Hollywood. And I'm like, you two shouldn't be doing this, because Blake Lively, no disrespect, and Justin Baldoni, no disrespect. It's like Hollywood's got enough stereotypes and enough, bad sort of pub as of late, and the Diddy and the this and the that. We don't need you two.
No.
Making it any worse for the rest of us.
Yeah, and like you said, it's like, what's this movie? This is not,
it's not Apocalypse Now.
Yeah, it's not Hamlet. Like, what's happening? I don't get the big deal. But I do. What the most fascinating takeaway from me doing my deep dive is that, quickly, I'll say that I guess he has a podcast, Justin Baldoni, that's pretty popular.
Okay,
who doesn't? But his whole thing is about debunking, not debunking, let's say challenging the male toxicity and what real men really should be, and that he's very much a lover, not a fighter. He's had addictions. He was into porn. This is a man of self-growth, and so now for him to be accused of these things, it's sort of like it doesn't really line up with his man bun. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it doesn't help his brand.
And into the movies to be about domestic violence. And she wanted to make a movie that was more like florals. Everybody wear florals.
Like a romantic comedy.
Right.
Like
and he was trying to do sort of like, what's the movie with Meg Ryan and Antonio Banderas where there was drinking involved?
Yeah.
He wanted to make sort of like that darker type of movie. And when they tested they shot 2 edits. I mean, they had 2 edits because she picked somebody to edit and he had his own editor. It was just like a mess of 2 creative people not coming into agreement of what they wanted.
Her own editor.
She halfway through, she got her own producers to be on the show because she didn't trust him.
What the fuck?
I know I said it was going to do quickly, but all that to say is that when they tested in front of audience the 2 different edits, his was a darker movie and hers was sort of a fluffier version, of sort of a la My Best Friend's Taylor Swift, happy red lipstick. And his tested stronger and they used her version anyway. So this is just like power and influence, and it seems to be really, really crazy. Like it just seems like really weird, because he went on press junkets and doing his press, and he talked about domestic violence, and she went on hers and she sort of talked about
romantic comedies
and hair care. She's selling a hair care line. So like, it just seems like, I don't know. It's so strange.
Babe, did you ever see the making of Apocalypse Now?
Yes, I think yes.
I mean, this is a movie that warrants craziness.
Yes.
People getting
behind
fired.
the scenes, and they're out there in the jungle.
People
and
having strokes.
Yes.
Crazy actors.
Right.
Starting production, stopping production. This is a little romantic comedy with 2 unknown people.
Well, not unknown. I think that her husband Ryan Reynolds plays a big part of it. Another part of the deep dive. But again, also WTF, right? I don't know.
What the fuck, though?
I hate myself that I even got into it, because I could sense that it was bullshit, and New York Times wrote an article and had the text exchange, but it was redacted, some of it, and then somebody else came out, and it's ridiculous.
It is total insanity. You know what's not insanity? Rapaport's reality. Not insane.
Not insane.
And this is a great episode once again.
I'm going to say that after every episode.
I love what you're smiling. You look beautiful right now, baby.
Oh, thank you.
You look fantastic. And tell a friend to tell a friend about Rapaport's Reality. It's a fantastic podcast.
And those of you that are listening, thank you so much for listening. I have a couple of friends that text me and say stuff. They enjoy it, and I appreciate you guys.
Well, we love doing it, and we appreciate you guys. And we enjoy doing the podcast, and I enjoy being married to you, babe.
I love you so much.
I love you too, babe.